Thank you, Yanis. Thank you, Hélène. Thank you, Neme, for giving me the opportunity to be here. Thank you also, Toolkit of Care, for organizing such event. I want also to thank all the speakers or the attendees during these 2 days to think and to discuss about archiving care. I want also to thank all persons which are involved in the archiving care process and methodology, because it's a very important work and job, and due to long process and long methodology to obtain the results of what they are doing, and it's very important that we rethink maybe our way of thinking methodology, thinking process, thinking steps for more efficiency of this sector and topics. I want to present today a topic related to the research data management, and I will take some example of fashion design and fashion research on textile and clothing. Let me begin by presenting briefly the summary of my presentation. After presenting some term and definition, we'll go through some concept and some research related to data life cycle, FAIR principle, planning and organization, data documentation and metadata, access and publication, storage and long life archiving, and after that, love your data principle, and finally with some discussion. So the first part, as I said, will be dedicated to some practice that we try to implement in our community, in our university, but also by our partner in Africa, but also in Europe. The first is a project called Fashion for Tomorrow. It's also called Fashion Sustainability in the Spotlight, New Trend of Intercultural Learning. This project is done due to the Creative Europe program, and it's involved Romanian partner from Portugal and also our university. And this project is an innovative demonstration of democratic access to culture and performing art. And also it promotes innovation of civic education in culture, professionalism, value and quality in the culture of fashion. This also project have different objectives, but I will focus on a few one, and mainly related to some alternative in archiving and in preserving collection of art, of textile clothes that are created by designers from 3 countries, Portugal, Romania and Tunisia, and they were called intercultural collection, and was presented in different fashion events in the 3 countries, in Europe, also in Africa. And how this collection and how this methodology can be an alternative for preserving and for decentralization of archive. I will present briefly this project and the preparation of those collections done during this project. Okay, here I have a short video. So as I said, the main activity was to prepare this intercultural collection, taking into account the traditional fabric in 3 countries and taking into account traditional technique in the 3 countries. Not only we have this collection, but there is also other like training for students, but also job shadowing and other activities during this project. And this is also one of the fashion show that was done. I will show you briefly. This was in Romania, and this project was implemented during the COVID period, but it was, we tried to find some solution during the period where there is no restriction, and also we make digital show for some period when there is no possibility to meet and to make cultural events. So those collections are now traveling from country to another and from city to another city to be shown in different events. And we think that this method of sharing those collections that are inspired from the different cultural and traditional pattern, traditional fabric, traditional technique of spinning, of weaving, of knitting, of dyeing are important to make people more sensitized about the importance of the heritage and are open to be seen, and they are. This event is also in Romania, showing the second collection. So among the other activities, we create also cultural magazine, but also a guide of good practice on intercultural learning through fashion performing art that promote textile heritage and cultural diversity. The second project is the Wintex project, which is weaving innovation between academia and industry in the textile sector in Tunisia. This project is gathering different partners from Tunisia, but also from Europe. It's mainly to foster university-industry collaboration to support the development of innovation in Tunisian textile sector. And in this project, we try to involve and use the new technology, mainly among the technology and the equipment that we have implemented is what we call it the 3D body scanner cabin, which help to have much more personalized body measurement, to have better garment fit, and to have for each one an avatar that help in creating each virtual reality silhouette. With this equipment, it facilitates the preparation process of creating textile and clothing product, and among them we have what we call it the fabric scanner. This equipment help to create a fabric library by integrating all the parameters and all the figure of each fabric, such as contexture, structure, used yarn, and the different parameter, weight, thickness of each fabric. So it helps us to create a virtual library of fabric, and it helps also to facilitate the choice of fabric according to each drape, but also according to the pattern and the texture. This equipment helps also to store traditional fabric, traditional materials that we can introduce and in repositories, and that can be classified in by type of raw materials, but also it can be classified by topic. It can be classified by used techniques such as woven, knitted, non-woven structure, or even it can be classified by natural fiber or natural materials and synthetic materials. And for each raw materials, we can also sub-classify each structure that can be used after by the designer. This also software that help in to create the garment and to see it before making it, and it can also help in developing a virtual fashion show for each creator or for designer that are involved in this work. So it's important to notice that there is different parts in this project that are involved. Among them, as I say, the fabric scanner, which give us the possibility to classify the fabric, to have a database of different fabric that can be used by the designer, by the artist, and also it can help to create a database of the measurement of each population, to have the best standard measurement for each country or for each age, to help the designer in having their own customized product. Another important project that I want to show you is what we call the Digital Atlas for Textile Heritage in Europe. And this is done by cost action, which is called the Euroweb, and the importance of this work is to help different research field and archaeologue in textile to have some idea about the textile material that they can have. And this platform and this digital atlas is classified on 4 sections. The first section is the section dedicated to textile, where there is a lot of textile material that was found by the archaeologist and put it in this platform. The second section in this platform is dedicated to the tools used by different generations to obtain the textile structure. And another section is dedicated to the workshop and mainly to the place where the product has been done and the building that was used and where the textile product was done. And finally, the last section in this digital European Textile Atlas is dedicated to clothes related to seals, because it's important for a period to have information about cloth and textile that has been used in seal domain. Now I'm going to present what we call a theoretic framework based on some definition related to the research data. So what are research data mean? It's all data that are used or generated in the research process or are its results. It can obtain it from chemistry, from aeronautic, from meteorology, from different statistic, economic, and this can be obtained from different fields. The type of our research data can be measurement, can also be simulation, observation, but also data from surveys and interview. It can be audiovisual data, it can be also social media, etc. Now, the research data refer to the handling of research data. That means planning, organizing, storage, documentation, archiving, and publication during but also after a research activity. The data life cycle and the research data management cycle are mainly divided in 4 parts, which are planning, research and analysis, archiving, storage and access, but also publication and reuse. So now, what type of data will we create and or collect? In art-based data collection, we can have drawing, but also songs, poems, film, short stories, performance, interactive installation, but also social experience facilitated by artists. Data on artistic process can include documentation of techniques, stage, but also context of artistic creation and the physical materials, such as the used medium, such as paints, textile, found object, but also tools, pencil, the body, musical instrument. We can also have other data that are audio recording of interviews, transcripts, photograph, video, field notes, historical documents, social media posts. But artwork is a prominent type of data in art-based research that is commonly used as content for analysis and interpretation, artworks that exist or are documented in image, audio, video, text, and other type of digital file facilitate research data management. The same principle is applied to preparatory or supplemental and discarded artwork made in the creation of a principle one. Research finding that we create in the form of artwork can be treated as data if we will make them available for researcher, artists, and or the public to use as data. And also information about artistic process can also be data. There is a lot of benefit for research data management, and among them is to access to a certain funding stream, but also it's easier to handling big data to enhance compliance with the principle of good scientific practice principle, optimal preparation or project reviews, enhanced reusability of our community and third party, minimize the risk of data loss, and also enhance longevity and sustainability of our data. Concerning the fair data principle, which are findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable, it's important to try to have the four principles that mean to be fundable, which is data can be uploaded to public repository with metadata that are identifiable and locatable by a persistent identifier. Accessible data are also available and obtainable for download. Interoperable, allowing data exchange through use of interoperable platform, and reusable, allowing widest possible reuse through good documentation and clear user license and provenance information. We need also to manage our data plan by describing which data will be gathered or generated, how the data will be documented, where the data will be stored, who will have access to the data, who will back the data up, and how the data will be stored and archived, whether and how they will be shared or published. There is some example of platform and software that help in planning and organization, like Zenodo, or that can be classified in a different field and topic, but there is also the LibreDMP catalog that is also can be uploaded for free. There is also some template and tools that can be used for the research data management, and it's important also to folders, to have a structure of storage which is clear and hierarchical, to have maximum depth of 3 folders in this direction, and to have maximum width of 7 folder, and to be more easily found by the user. There is also what we call the 5S method for planning and organizing our data. The first is to sort, the second is to set in order, the third is to shine, that means to implement efficient and systematic naming convention, and the fourth is to use standardized method, and finally is to respect the sustainable principle Now we move to how to document. It's important to, as I said, to create what we call it the README file, to data tagging, to versionizing, to data dictionary, codebook. Also, it's important to introduce what we call it electronic lab netbook, but also data journal article and workflow screenshot. Metadata and metadata standard are very important in such work in different fields, in humanities, but also in archive repositories, in geographic, in science, in ecology, in different fields. It also to be created in human readable, but also in machine readable format. And according to some definition, metadata is also a documentation that describes data. For example, we can classify those metadata in different levels. If we want to have what we call it a project level metadata, it can include different information based on basic information of our project. That means maybe title, funder, principal investigator, but also we need to have the research design. That means the background, research question, aims, artist or artwork information informing our project, but also we can have methodology, which is the description of artistic process and materials, and also some interview guide, transcription process. This is if we want to classify this metadata according to their project level, but also we can classify the metadata according to the item level metadata. In this way, it needs to include basic information about artworks and their documentation, such as creator, data, subject, copyright, file format, used equipment for documentation. Concerning the access and publication, we have different options to publish according to the discipline-specific data, center, archive, and repository, or we need to have institutional repositories or data journal, but it's important to have access and to publish, and not only in our small community, but to make it available for public use. Because it has a lot of benefits for public user, but also for research community, and also for researcher and artist himself. Concerning the repositories, we can say they have database systems which are available to document, store, and publish digital objects, ensure the visibility and sustainability of data, but also it's ideally offer access, control, and transparent user rights. We can also have suitable repositories, and among them, one of the most important repository is the re3data.org, which help to search engine for research data repositories according to the subject, to the methodology, to different. We can filter our research according to the different aspects related to information, access, license, persistent identifier, certification, reviewed, and I recommend you to use it because it's a very important repositories for different topics, different domain. and it helps researchers in finding databases that are very important, that can be very important for their research. Another important issue is related to the certification, which are to have the certification core trust or DNIT certified, because it helps to have more information and to have accessibility for maximum of user, to be much more open for public user. Another important issue related to the access and publication. There is, as I said, different platform and software that help in publishing repositories, among them the Zenodo, which is used and in Europe, but in different other continents, and it have a lot of possibility to include many data until 50 gigabytes per file, but also we have B2Share, which is also important repository done through the program H2020. There is also other repositories like the Open Science Framework or the Figshare, which is a very important repositories, and also for the electronic community, the I3E. It's a very important repositories for big data that can go to very big file volumes. For storage and long-term archiving, there is some criteria for that help us to find the suitable storage location. Among the questions that we can ask is there enough capacity for expected data volume, or is there a suitable backup strategy, that means ideal automated or not? In case of sensitive data, is the level of protection is suitable or not? Are all authorized people able to access to the data, and are unauthorized people prevented from gaining access? Some criteria to have good storage for mid or long-term archiving is our PC or our institutional storage, or some mobile storage media offer such possibility, but also it can be in external storage such as cloud. And for each equipment, there is some positive and some negative aspect that need to be taken into account, because to find the best way to for the storage location of our artwork. But in general, there is what we call a rule, the 3-2-1-0 rule. That means we need to have at least 3 copies of any data set. We need also to have 2 of them on different media. We need to have 1 of which in a different physical location, and we need to have 0 error when restoring data. This is very important to be sure that in practical any case we can have data safe and we can reuse our data without any problem.
How can you guarantee that?
How can we guarantee that? By following this rule, it's a very low risk to lose any of our data information, because we have, as I said, minimum 3 copies, and the 3 copies, 2 of them need to be not in the same, for example, PC or the same laptop. Need to be in different media, minimum 2 of them. We need to have one of which in different physical location. That means, and also when we store, when we record, we need to have 0 error. That means if we have a message of error, we need to record our data to don't have any problem in the 3 copy at least.
Other 3.
In every
Other 3 disks connected to the internet, for example.
internet is one copy. When we store your data in the cloud, for example, it's considered as one copy. So we need to also to store in other data set, like for example DVD or like flash disk, or but we need to have minimum 3 copy of our work and minimum 2 of them in different media, and we need to have one in physical location, that material location, not only in the cloud, in a virtual location. For the open data format, there is different type of data. If we have text, table, but also image, audio, and video, there is open format that are recommended, but there is also other format that we try to avoid it. For example, for text, there is open format like TXT or other, but we need to try to avoid, for example, the doc format when we try to store for open data. Table also, there is the Excel sheet, but also there is other format that we try to have it for the open format, which, and among them the CSV. For the image, we have also some open formats such as PNG, but we try to avoid such format, other formats such AI for Adobe Illustrator, for example. We have also some audio format that also need to be for open format, and some of them we need to avoid it, like MP3. Video also, there is some open format that are recommended, and other format that we try to avoid it according to the artwork or the data that we try to implement or to store. Other important information is what we call it the Creative Commons license. So here we can create our data and give license to our data. It's the best recommendation for this license is the CC0, which is a public domain that people can use it without any problem. But also there is other license and some restriction, like what we call it the CC BY. And the CC BY license, it's also a copyright license, but it helps the user to modify some part of the text or the presentation of the work, and to have access to this data. And there is other data, and when we are going through this, it's more or less some restriction that we need to respect if there is some restriction in our work that we have used. Finally, how to make our data safe and sound. It's important, as I say, to store. It's important to share. It's important to publish, not only in our small community or in our institute or university, but we need to publish at a public level. We need also to have access and to have to reuse our data for implementing. What is important also to take into account is the FAIR principle, which is, as I say, fungible, accessible, interoperable, to can be reusable in our domain. Also, there is steps that it's better to respect when we are trying to keep our data by labeling folder and file consistently. The second is the backup with the 3-2-1 rule, and finally, the benefit is quality of data, its accountability, reputation, time efficiency, visibility and transparency, feedback, but also collaboration and research. Thank you for your attention, and if there is any question, it's welcome. Thank you.